Amanda thought poverty was her biggest enemy. Not the empty plates. Not the torn uniforms. Not even the nights her parents slept hungry just so she could eat. But the day she entered university, she discovered something more dangerous than poverty, temptation dressed like opportunity. One night. One party. One decision. And Amanda would come face to face with a darkness that almost swallowed her future. The sharp sound of metal hitting brick echoed across the quiet compound as dawn slowly stretched over the small rural community in Enugu. Amanda. Amanda. Come and eat before you miss school. Mama's voice rang from the kitchen. Inside the dusty compound, Amanda hurried out of the small room she shared with her younger brother, Ikin. She quickly slipped her feet into her faded sandals. I'm coming, Mama. Outside, Papa Noy bent over a half-built wall, sweat already gathering on his forehead despite the early hour. His hands were rough and cracked from years of bricklaying. He looked up as Amanda approached. My daughter, come here. Amanda moved closer. Yes, Papa. He rested his heavy hand gently on her shoulder. Education is the only inheritance your mother and I can truly give you. Guard it with your life. Amanda nodded seriously. I will, Papa. I promise. Mama emerged from the small kitchen, wiping her hands on her wrapper. She placed a small plate of gari and groundnut on the wooden stool. Manage this one, my daughter. Things are tight in the market. Amanda forced a bright smile, though she knew the truth. Mama, this is more than enough. One day, I will build you a big shop in Enugu town. Ikin, who had been listening nearby, burst out laughing. And me? You will forget your only brother. Amanda quickly pinched his cheek. You will be driving my car to school every morning. They all laughed, not because life was easy, but because hope lived stubbornly in that small compound. Years passed. Life did not suddenly become better. Papa continued laying bricks under the harsh sun. Mama continued hawking in the market from morning till evening. But Amanda remained focused. So the day the admission letter arrived, the compound exploded with joy. Ikin ran in barefoot, waving the envelope wildly. Mama. Papa. She got it. She got it. Mama rushed forward. Got what? What are you shouting like a mad person? Ikin was breathless. IMT. Amanda got admission to IMT. Mama's legs gave way immediately. She dropped onto the wooden bench, tears spilling freely. Chinyik, you have remembered my family. Papa collected the letter with trembling hands, adjusting the paper carefully like it was made of gold. His voice shook. My daughter is going to higher institution. Amanda could no longer hold herself. She rushed into their arms. I will not waste this opportunity. I swear. Papa looked at her long and hard. You must not. Because this one, he exhaled slowly, we borrowed to make it happen. The joy in Amanda's chest mixed instantly with heavy responsibility. The night before departure. The kerosene lamp flickered softly inside her parents' small room. Amanda, come and sit, Mama said gently. Amanda sat on the low stool, her heart already beating fast. Papa cleared his throat. My daughter, he began slowly, we know we did not give you everything other children have. Mama's eyes were already wet. But please manage the little we have. Papa leaned forward. Remember where you are coming from. Face your books. Make us proud. Graduate, get a good job, and change our story. Amanda slid off the stool and knelt on the bare floor. Tears filled her eyes. Papa. Mama. I swear on everything I have, I will not disappoint you. Mama placed her hand gently on Amanda's head. May God guide your steps where our eyes cannot reach. Outside, the night was quiet. But somewhere ahead in the city, temptation was already waiting. The morning Amanda arrived at the Institute of Management and Technology in Enugu felt unreal. Students moved in every direction, laughing, dragging boxes, shouting greetings across the busy campus. Loud music floated from somewhere in the distance, mixing with the rumble of cars Amanda had only ever seen in movies. Amanda stood at the school gate for a moment, clutching her small traveling box tightly. "So this is where my future begins," she whispered to herself. She adjusted her faded handbag and approached a girl who was leaning against a railing, chewing gum lazily. "Excuse me, please," Amanda said politely. "Where is Block C hostel?" The girl looked her up and down quickly, taking in her simple clothes and village sandals. "You be fresher, ABI?" the girl asked. Amanda nodded. "Yes. I just arrived." The girl pointed without much interest. "Go straight, turn left. You will see it." "Thank you very much." As Amanda walked away, she could still feel the girl's eyes on her back. Her grip on her box tightened slightly. Inside Block C hostel. Amanda stood in front of room C12 and took a deep breath before knocking gently. "Come in," a confident voice called. Amanda pushed the door open slowly. 2 girls were inside. One was lying on the bed scrolling through her phone. The other sat in front of a mirror, carefully applying lip gloss. Both looked up at the same time. Amanda swallowed nervously. "Good afternoon, my name is Amanda. I think I'm your new roommate." The girl at the mirror turned fully and smiled, the kind of smile that was polite but measuring. "Oh nice. I'm Sharon. Welcome to IMT." The one on the bed raised her hand casually. "Blessing." Amanda nodded quickly. "Nice to meet you both." She moved to the empty bed and gently placed her small box down. Sharon's eyes briefly swept over Amanda's belongings, the modest clothes, the neatly folded wrappers, the small food flask from home. But her smile remained. "Don't worry, you will adjust. Everybody does." Amanda wasn't sure why, but something about the tone made a tiny knot form in her stomach. The first night. By evening, Amanda had finished arranging her corner neatly. Her books were stacked carefully. Her clothes folded with precision. Her parents' framed photo sat at the edge of the small table. She touched it gently. "I will make you proud." Across the room, Sharon and Blessing were laughing over something on their phones. Amanda noticed their expensive perfume bottles, their designer slippers, their neatly packed wigs. She looked down at her own simple rubber slippers. Quietly, she opened her notebook and began to read. The next morning, first lecture. The classroom was already half full when Amanda entered. She chose the front row immediately and opened her notebook with determination. Around her, students chatted noisily. But Amanda's eyes were focused. Her pen moved across the page as the lecturer spoke. Inside her heart, she made a silent vow. "I will graduate with first class. I will change my family's life." No distraction. For the first time since arriving, peace settled in her chest. That evening, Amanda was reviewing her notes when she noticed movement behind her. She turned. Sharon and Blessing were getting dressed. But not like students going for evening prep. Full makeup. Shimmering outfits. Heavy perfume filled the room. Amanda blinked. Are you people going somewhere?" Blessing laughed lightly. "Just small outing." Amanda frowned slightly. "But, don't you have classes tomorrow morning?" Sharon winked playfully. "Relax, Amanda. School is not everything." Just then. Honk. Honk. A car horn sounded outside the hostel. Amanda walked to the window and froze. A sleek black luxury car was parked outside. Her eyes widened. "Wait, is that car for you people?" Blessing grinned, picking up her handbag. "You will get used to it." Amanda's heart thumped slowly as she watched them leave the room, their heels clicking confidently against the floor. The door shut behind them. Silence filled the room. Amanda sat slowly on her bed. What kind of life are they living? The next morning, Amanda was still asleep when the door creaked open. She stirred slightly. Soft laughter. Rustling bags. When she finally opened her eyes, Sharon and Blessing were back. But what Amanda saw made her fully awake. Shopping bags everywhere. Snacks. Perfumes. New clothes still with price tags. Blessing tossed something toward Amanda's bed. Amanda caught it. Chocolate. Her favorite kind, the type she had only tasted once in secondary school. For you, village girl, Blessing said teasingly. Amanda sat up slowly. Thank you, but... She hesitated. Her eyes moved between both girls. How do you people afford all these things? For a brief second. The room went slightly quiet. Sharon and Blessing exchanged a quick look. Then Sharon leaned back casually. We attend special parties. Amanda frowned. Parties. Blessing leaned forward, lowering her voice slightly. Not the regular kind. Influential people. Big men. Big connections. Amanda's fingers tightened slightly around the chocolate. Oh. Sharon tilted her head. You can come with us sometime, if you want. The words hung in the air. Amanda quickly shook her head. No, thank you. I have books to read. Blessing only smiled slowly. Suit yourself. Later that night, Amanda lay on her bed staring at the ceiling. Sleep refused to come. Her mind kept replaying the luxury car. The expensive perfumes. The ease in her roommates' lives. Then another thought crept in quietly. Her empty wallet. Her unpaid departmental dues. Her mother's tired face. Amanda turned to the wall and shut her eyes tightly. No. I came here to study. But somewhere deep inside, curiosity had already been planted. And temptation had begun to whisper. The next few days passed quietly, but Amanda's mind was anything but peaceful. Every morning she woke early, attended lectures, and returned to the hostel determined to stay focused. But each evening, like clockwork, Sharon and Blessing transformed. Perfume. Makeup. Flashy dresses. And always, that car horn outside. At first Amanda tried to ignore it. But poverty has a way of making certain sounds louder than others. 1 week later, Amanda sat alone on her bed, her notebook open but her eyes unfocused. In her hand was a small slip of paper. Departmental dues, 18,500 Nigerian nairas. Her chest tightened. She opened her small purse again, as if money might magically appear. Nothing. Just transport change, and silence. Her stomach growled softly. Amanda leaned back against the wall and closed her eyes. Papa borrowed money to send me here. Mama is still struggling in the market. Just then, the door opened. Sharon and Blessing entered, laughing loudly, their arms full of shopping bags again. Blessing dropped onto her bed dramatically. Oh. Last night was late. Sharon noticed Amanda's quiet face. What's wrong, bookworm? You look like someone that swallowed bitter leaf. Amanda forced a small smile. Nothing. I'm fine. But Blessing's eyes were sharp. You sure? Amanda hesitated. For a moment, she almost said nothing. But the weight in her chest was too heavy. I'm just thinking about my departmental dues. Sharon and Blessing exchanged a quick look. Then Sharon spoke casually. You know the solution already. Amanda looked up slowly. What do you mean? Blessing leaned forward. Those parties we told you about, one night there can solve your small money problem. Amanda's heartbeat quickened. The room suddenly felt warmer. I don't know, she murmured. Sharon shrugged. Suit yourself. But while you're stressing, some of us are cashing out. They both laughed lightly and began unpacking their new items. Amanda turned slowly toward the wall. But her mind was no longer calm. That evening, Amanda sat on her bed, staring at her parents' photo. Mama's tired smile. Papa's worn face. Ikin's playful grin. Her voice came out in a whisper. It's just one party. She swallowed. I'm not going there for anything bad, just to get small help and focus on my studies. Silence filled the room. Her heart pounded harder. Then finally, she stood up. The decision. Sharon was already applying makeup when Amanda spoke. Her voice was small. Sharon. Sharon paused and looked at her through the mirror. Yes. Amanda twisted her fingers nervously. If the offer still stands. I can follow you people today. For a split second. Sharon and Blessing exchanged a knowing look. Then both girls smiled slowly. Finally, Blessing said. Getting ready. Amanda disappeared into the bathroom and came out wearing her best dress, a simple, knee-length gown her mother had sewn for her before she left the village. She stood awkwardly in the middle of the room. I'm ready. The silence that followed was sharp. Then, Sharon burst into laughter. Blessing covered her mouth, giggling. Amanda froze. What is it? Sharon stood up, still laughing. Amanda, you want to wear this to that kind of party? Amanda's cheeks burned. Her fingers tightened around the fabric. It's the best I have. For a brief moment, something unreadable crossed Sharon's face. Then she walked to her wardrobe and opened it slowly. Inside were rows of expensive clothes Amanda could only dream of. Sharon pulled out a shimmering, very short gown and held it up. Wear this instead. Amanda's stomach twisted. The dress was far more revealing than anything she had ever worn. I don't know if. Blessing cut in smoothly. Relax. You want to enter big places, you must look the part. Amanda hesitated. Deep inside, something whispered urgently. Don't go. But another voice, louder, heavier, pushed back. Departmental dues. Food. Survival. Slowly, reluctantly. Amanda took the dress. Moments later. When Amanda stepped out wearing the gown, the room fell quiet for a different reason. Sharon nodded slowly. Now you look like someone that is ready. Amanda hugged herself slightly. I feel strange. Blessing sprayed perfume on her. You will be fine. Just smile and follow our lead. Outside the hostel. The same luxury car was waiting. Its engine purred softly in the night. As they approached, Amanda's heart began to pound harder than before. She paused briefly. Sharon, this party, it's just normal party, right? Sharon opened the car door smoothly. Her smile was calm. Too calm. Of course. What else would it be? Amanda wasn't sure why. But a cold chill slid down her spine as she entered the car. The door shut. The car pulled away from the hostel. And slowly, without realizing it, Amanda was driving straight toward the most dangerous night of her life. The luxury car sped smoothly through the quiet Enugu night, its tinted windows hiding the nervous girl seated in the back. Amanda sat stiffly between Sharon and Blessing, her fingers locked tightly together on her lap. The city lights flashed past. Her heart refused to calm down. Why am I feeling like this? It's just a party. Blessing noticed her tension and nudged her playfully. First time nerves. You will be fine. Amanda forced a weak smile. I hope so. But deep inside, something kept scratching at her chest. A warning she could not explain. The mansion. When the car finally slowed, Amanda's breath caught. Before them stood a massive mansion, glowing with soft golden lights. Expensive cars lined the compound like soldiers on parade. Amanda whispered without thinking. This place is big. Sharon smirked. Welcome to the real world. The driver opened the door. Cool night air rushed in. Amanda stepped out slowly, her heels unsteady on the tiled ground. Immediately, she noticed something strange. The compound was lively, but too controlled. Too quiet beneath the music. Her stomach tightened. Inside the party, soft music floated through the air as they entered the large hall. Men in expensive suits. Women in glittering dresses. Laughter that sounded rehearsed. Amanda clutched her small purse. Sharon. I don't feel comfortable. Sharon leaned closer, her smile fixed. Relax. Just smile. Nobody will eat you. But Amanda was not convinced. Everywhere she turned, eyes seemed to follow her. Not normal looks. Measuring looks. Hungry looks. Blessing slipped her arm through Amanda's. Come. Let us introduce you to some important people. Amanda's feet moved, but her spirit dragged behind. The introductions. They stopped in front of two older men seated at a private table. Both men looked polished. Powerful. And far too interested. Sharon's voice turned sweet. Good evening, sir. This is our friend, Amanda. She's new. One of the men smiled slowly. His eyes did not leave Amanda's face. Welcome, Amanda. You are very beautiful. Amanda forced a polite nod. Good evening, sir. Her voice was barely steady. Blessing squeezed her arm gently, but the grip felt like a signal. Not comfort. A signal. Amanda's chest tightened further. Something is wrong. Minutes later, Amanda stood near the drink table, pretending to check her phone. Her breathing was shallow. Her skin prickled. Then she noticed it. At the far end of the hall. A black door. Half hidden. Men walked in casually. But no one walked out. Amanda frowned. Maybe there is another exit. But as she watched longer, her stomach dropped. A young girl she had seen earlier was gently led toward the door by a tall man. The girl looked dazed. Confused. Amanda's heart began to race. Sharon, she whispered urgently. What is that room? Sharon didn't even look. VIP section. Not your concern. But Amanda's body had already gone cold. The sound. Just as she turned away. She heard it. A faint sound. Muffled. Like someone crying through a wall. Amanda froze. Her blood turned to ice. Did you hear that? She whispered. Blessing's smile tightened slightly. You're imagining things. But Amanda knew what she heard. Her chest began to rise and fall rapidly. I need fresh air. Without waiting for permission, she began to move toward the hallway leading near the black door. The inner corridor. The music from the hall faded behind her. The corridor ahead was dimly lit. Too quiet. Amanda's footsteps slowed. Her heart pounded violently now. Then suddenly, a hand grabbed her wrist. Amanda gasped sharply. Oh! She turned. An older woman dressed in simple white stood before her. Her eyes were sharp. Urgent. Alive with warning. The woman spoke in a low, fierce whisper. Child, you don't belong here. Amanda's lips trembled. More, what is happening here? The woman's grip tightened. Listen to me carefully. They are not here for party. This place is a coven. They drug girls, take them inside, and drain their blood for rituals and wealth. Amanda's entire body went numb. What? From behind the black door. A faint scream echoed. Amanda's knees nearly gave way. Tears sprang instantly to her eyes. I want to go home. The woman nodded urgently. Then run. Now. Before they notice you are missing. Too late. Just then. The black door creaked open slowly behind them. Heavy footsteps entered the corridor. A deep male voice growled. Who is there? The woman in white pushed Amanda sharply. Run, child. Don't look back. Amanda didn't wait. Fear exploded through her body as she turned and ran. Behind her. Shouting erupted. Stop her. Footsteps thundered. Amanda's heel slipped off as she sprinted barefoot down the corridor, her heart nearly bursting from her chest. Tears blurred her vision. God, please save me. God, please save me. The mansion doors burst open as she ran into the cold night air. Behind her. The shouting grew louder. Closer. Closer. Amanda ran harder than she had ever run in her life. Because in that moment, she finally understood the truth. She had not been invited to a party. She had been invited to be a sacrifice. Amanda ran like someone whose life depended on it, because it did. Her bare feet slapped wildly against the cold tiled ground as she burst through the mansion gate into the dark street. Behind her. Catch her. Don't let her escape. The shouts tore through the night. Amanda's lungs burned. Her chest felt like it would explode. The skimpy gown clung awkwardly to her trembling body as she ran blindly down the unfamiliar road. God, please, please save me. Tears streamed down her face, blurring the streetlights ahead. The escape. Just as her legs began to weaken. Headlights flashed toward her. Amanda stumbled into the road, waving frantically. Help. Please help me. The approaching car screeched to a sudden stop. The driver's door flew open. A middle-aged man stepped out, his face alarmed. Young lady. What happened to you? Amanda collapsed forward, sobbing uncontrollably. Please, please, they want to kill me. The man's expression hardened instantly. He quickly opened the back door. Enter. Now. Amanda didn't hesitate. She jumped inside, shaking violently. The man sped off immediately. In the side mirror, Amanda could still see figures rushing out of the mansion gate. But the car was already disappearing into the night. For the first time since the nightmare began, Amanda allowed herself to breathe. Back at the hostel, dawn. The sky was just beginning to lighten when Amanda quietly pushed open the hostel door. Her legs were weak. Her eyes swollen from crying. Her borrowed gown hung loosely on her tired body. The room was empty. Sharon and Blessing had not returned. Amanda stood in the middle of the room, trembling. Slowly, she removed the glittering gown and dropped it on the floor like it was poison. Then she opened her small box and pulled out the simple nightwear her mother had packed. As she changed, tears rolled silently down her cheeks. Mama. Papa. I almost destroyed everything you suffered for. The phone call. Her phone vibrated suddenly. Amanda froze. Her heart jumped. When she saw the caller ID, fresh tears filled her eyes. Mama calling. Her hands shook as she answered. Hello, Mama. Mama's warm voice flowed through the phone. My daughter. I was just thinking about you. How is school? Are you eating well? Amanda broke. The tears came fully now. Mama, her voice cracked. Mama's tone changed instantly. Amanda. What is it? Are you okay? Amanda wiped her face quickly, trying to steady herself. I'm fine, Mama. I'm fine. I just miss home small. Mama chuckled softly with relief. Not so school day be. Be strong, my daughter. Remember why you went there? Amanda closed her eyes tightly. Yes, Mama. I remember. I will make you proud. I promise. Weeks later. Something had changed in Amanda. Completely. While other students gossiped, Amanda read. While others partied, Amanda studied. Her focus became sharp. Unshakable. Word slowly spread in the hostel. Sharon and Blessing stopped sleeping in the room regularly. Sometimes they disappeared for days. Rumors floated quietly through the corridors. But Amanda never asked questions again. She had seen enough. Examination season. Amanda sat in the front row as usual, her pen moving confidently across the answer booklet. Her mind was clear. Her purpose steady. As she wrote, her father's voice echoed in her memory. Education is the only inheritance we can give you. Amanda's lips curved into a small, determined smile. Years later, graduation day. The sun shone brightly over the graduation grounds. Crowds filled the air with excitement. Cameras flashed. Families celebrated. Papa Noy stood stiffly in his only good shirt, his rough hands trembling as he held Amanda's certificate. His voice shook. First class, my daughter. First class. Mama was already crying openly beside him. Chinik. You have wiped our tears. Ikin jumped excitedly. Our poverty don't expire today. Amanda laughed through her own tears and pulled them into a tight embrace. This is just the beginning. I promised you, and I kept my word. Papa looked at her carefully. Proud. Emotional. You chose the right road, my daughter. Many children forget home when they see city light. Amanda's smile softened, but her eyes grew thoughtful. Quietly, she said. Papa, one wrong step almost swallowed my destiny, but God used your prayers to pull me back. Mama held her tighter. The God who started this journey will finish it. Final reflection. Later that evening, Amanda stood alone outside the compound, watching the sunset paint the sky. Her voice was calm. Certain. Not every open door is a blessing. Not every shortcut leads to success. Some roads are beautifully decorated traps. She looked down at her certificate. Then up at the fading sky. But the child who remembers where she is coming from will never be completely lost. Moral of the story. When poverty pushes you toward quick money, remember. Some opportunities are invitations to destruction. Discipline, patience, and the fear of God will always outlive shortcuts. Thank you for watching and supporting this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell button for more videos.